Okay, let's start with reading. Who can tell me what was the topic of yesterday in reading class? Do you remember that we compare and contrast? Okay, we're going to review the topic of yesterday, comparing contrast. Now, do you see the presentation, Jintan's new friend vocabulary? Yes? Right, yes. This is the topic for today. This is the topic for today in reading. This is the story that we're going to read. But first, we need to know some words. So we need to learn the meaning of some words of the story. So I'm going to give you 1 minute to write this in your notebook.
I finished.
Okay. One minute to copy this in your notebook. The topic, Jintan's new friend. But that's the vocabulary. Okay, let's start. I sent through the chat the topic, so if you don't finish, also you can copy from there. Remember that yesterday we were talking about comparing contrast. Remember, compare is to find things that they are similar, the things they are alike, and contrast means the differences, how they are different from 2, 3, or more things. That is contrast. Now, if you remember, we talk about different things that we can compare and contrast. For example, the breakfast and the lunch. Who can tell me what is different from breakfast and the lunch that you say that's different? For example, the time, the food and drinks. Yes, the time. What is different?
Food and drinks.
Food and drinks. Why? What is the hour that you usually take your breakfast? What time?
The time of the breakfast is 30 minutes.
The time, that's right. In reasons you take it, so it means that you take your breakfast at 9:50. The time, 9:50, you take your breakfast, a.m. And the lunch, in which time you take your breakfast?
12.
For lunch.
12.
A las 2:10.
12:10 in English, Marcelo.
12:10.
12:10, that's right, you take your lunch with that. Now, what about the food? What things you usually eat in the breakfast? That is different from the lunch. Cereal, that's right, milk, what else? You can drink milk.
The food.
Which type of food can you eat at breakfast?
Eggs.
Eggs, that's right, eggs, we can eat eggs. What else? Can we eat beans? Tortillas, with that, tortillas. What else we can eat? We can eat pancakes, right? Pancakes. The breakfast. What about the lunch? That's different. Can we eat pancakes at lunch?
Bread.
No.
Bread.
What things we can eat at lunch or we can drink?
Pizza.
Pizza. Some of you eat pizza. Yes. What else?
Chicken.
Chicken. Meat. What else?
Hamburger.
Hamburger. Some of you had hamburger. Okay. What else? You can drink. If you like to drink soda, you can drink soda. Here in the breakfast, we cannot do it, right? You cannot be drinking soda in the morning. What else?
Water. Yes.
Okay, fish, water. Do you think the water, can you take it in the breakfast and also in the lunch?
Yes.
Yes, they are alike. They are alike. So if they are alike, so you can drink water in both, in breakfast and lunch. What else you can drink in both? What else?
Joints. I drink hulas.
Okay, orange juice. Okay, the juice. You can drink juice in both. That's right. Tortillas. Okay, I write it down here, but also tortillas tortillas if you eat
It's
breakfast.
not to write
You,
this.
you don't have to copy. Do not copy. Okay, rice. Rice. Do you eat rice in the breakfast or in the lunch? Gabriela. Or lunch. That's right. The rice.
Lunch.
Lunch. What about soup? What about, let's see. Okay, soda, it's ready, the Coke. So as you can notice, we can identify things that you can eat, you can drink, or the hour that you take your breakfast. That's different from the lunch, but we have some things that they have in common. They are alike, like the water that you can drink in both juices. Okay, excellent, excellent. This is just a review. You don't have to copy this. Now let's open the book, everybody, page number 70. Page number 70, we're going to read the vocabulary of this unit, of this story. Page number 70. Who is in that page, class? Lucia, okay, Lucia, help me to read the words to know. Which words we have there?
Instruments, rehearsal, triangle, orchestra, and measure.
Thank you. That's right. We have the words to know: instruments, rehearsal, triangle, orchestra, and measures. These are the words that we are going to define today. We're going to define these words. So it says many words have more than one meaning. We know that some words can have one meaning or can have two or more meanings. How do we know the meaning of that word? It depends on the context. We are reading a sentence. We need to identify what we're talking about, or in a paragraph, we need to identify some keywords or clues that tell us what is the meaning of that word. So, for example, it says here, decide whether measures mean bars of music or units of measures, such as in inches. So we have two meanings, two definitions for measures. We identify or we define if measures means bars of music or units of measure like inches, depending on the context. So let's read right place, round page. We're going to read this. So Alberto, you're going to help me to read right place, round page, this paragraph.
Will yesterday was my first day of Rachel with the Tri-City Orchestra. There were many instruments. The director chose one. So I picked the triangle. I thought it would be easy, but I was always reading at least 5 minutes. I turned out that 2 clips of my music were stuck together. I hope things go better at the correct
Concert. Thank you so much. Excellent, and Alberto, excellent. So here we have right place, round page. We have some words, the words that they are underlined, it's the words that we're going to learn the meaning today. Yesterday was my first day of rehearsal. Do you know what is rehearsal? Do you have any idea what is that? Yes or no? Thumbs up if you know it. Thumbs down if you know what is rehearsal. No? Okay, excellent, Gabriela. You don't know. Okay, the Tri-City Orchestra. Do you know what is an orchestra? Yes or no? Yes or not? Orchestra, no? Excellent. Isabella, you know what is an orchestra?
Yes, it's
Orquesta.
a group of people that touch instruments.
They play instruments. Excellent, Isabella. It's a group of people that they play instruments, different types of instruments. There were many instruments. Do you know what is an instrument? Yes, right?
Yes.
Instruments.
Our instruments, piano, trumpet.
That's right. Excellent. They are the instrument, musical instruments. The director let me choose one. So I picked the triangle. Do you know what is the instrument, the triangle? The triangle?
Yes.
Have you ever seen one? Yes. I thought it would be easy. But I
Yes.
always behind the last 5 measures. Do you know what is
The
measures?
triangle is to the
It's a musical instrument, yeah, that you touch it. That's the triangle. Now, measures, remember the measure is a bars of music or units of measure, such as an inches. But in this case that we're talking about music, it means bars of music because we're talking about music. It turned out that 2 sheets of music were stuck together and have things go better than counts. Okay, excellent, excellent. Now, here we have the definitions for all these words, for these words. So, I need volunteers to help me to read. The number 1 volunteer is Danny. Danny, you're going to help me to read what is the meaning of instruments.
Instrument, device for producing musical sounds.
Excellent, that is instrument. Look here, we have a lot of music instruments vocabulary. Look at all these instruments. They are musical instruments. You can use this, learn to play it, to be part of an orchestra. What is an orchestra? Hermes, what is an orchestra, Hermes?
It's a guitar, very
A group
big.
of musicians playing a concert, opera, or play.
That's right, a group of musicians that they are playing here. Look here, this is an example of orchestra. There is a lot of, as Isabella says, a lot of people here. They are playing different instruments to be part of the orchestra. And always always in an orchestra, there is a director. This boy that you see here is the director. Have you ever seen an orchestra that there is one boy moving the hands in that way? Yes, that is the director. Yeah, director of the orchestra. It's the leader. Lucia, you're going to help me to read the next slide. So don't forget, instruments, devices, the devices that they use to produce music, like this, we have some examples. The violin, the cello, the harp, well, the piano, guitar, well, all of them. In the orchestra, they are a group of people, musicians, that they're playing in a concert, yes. Okay, let's go to number 1, rehearsal, Lucia and then Rebecca.
Rehearsal, practice to prepare for public performance.
That's right, rehearsal, it's to practice. That is to practice because you have a concert or you have a public performance, so you need to practice and practice a lot of time. So these people that you see here, before they go and have it in a performance, they have a concert, they practice a lot. They practice every single day to get a good presentation, a good show. So that is rehearsal. It's to practice and practice many times. Now, number 2, what is measures, Rebecca?
Measures, but of music.
That's right, look here. In music, I think that you have seen this in music, right? Music, in your class of music. Measure, it's a bars of music. All of these make this bar, these 4 make 1 measure. Then we have a bar and other 4
The
make
notes,
a second
musical.
measure.
Yes,
They are bars of music.
The notes, musical.
The musical notes, that's right. Do you see this in music class or no yet? No yet? Okay, don't worry, you're going to learn it. But just as a general information for you, measure is the bars of music. That is a measure. So if you know the musical notes or you have any idea, you know what is a measure now. Now, what is a triangle? What is a triangle, Santiago Chavez? What is a triangle?
Triangle, a musical.
Santiago Chavez. Santiago Chavez.
Triangle, a music instrument.
That's right. Look at this. There is a musical instrument. That is the triangle. That boy or that girl. Okay, these children, they are playing the triangle. Tell me.
I am Rebecca. In Mr. Bar of Music, I have this. Look at.
That's right. That's right. You have some examples of different measures. Excellent, Rebecca. Excellent. There are some examples. Yes. Now, don't forget these 5 definitions that we have. Instrument, what is an instrument? What is an orchestra? Rehearsal, remember, is the many times the practice of people before to have a show or concert. Measures, the parts of music, and triangle is a musical instrument. questions about this vocabulary class? Any question? No? No? Okay. Now, we're going to complete this. We're going to complete this vocabulary. Right now, you don't have to copy. You don't have to copy, but we're going to do it orally. Dintal's new friend vocabulary. So we're going to choose the word that match here according to the meaning. Remember the meaning? They match in each of these sentences. So some of you are going to help me to read the sentences and complete it. Marcelo, read sentence number 1, please.
What?
Read sentence number 1, Marcelo.
The member of our school began to go on stage.
Okay, which word from the word bank do you think?
Orchestra.
Okay,
Orchestra.
the member of our school. Okay, let me see here. We have orchestra, that's right. The member of a school orchestra began. So I'm going to write it down here. Excellent. Number 2, Siyan, help me to read sentence number 2, Siyan.
Was there final before the big performance?
Mhm. It was their final before the big performance. So before the performance, they practice. Which word of this word means practice? They practice and practice many times before having the show, the performance. You know, Sian, or you want the help from your classmates?
I'm not sure, but measures.
Measures? No. Okay, who wants to help Sian? Who knows the answer? It was their final rehearsal, that's right. Excellent. Who said that answer? Rehearsal. Lucia, was you? Rehearsal, that's right. That's right, was their final rehearsal. Remember, rehearsal means the people first practice before giving a concert. So it says it was their final rehearsal or final practice before the big performance. Number 3, Andrea, read number 3, Andrea.
Each student got "I'm ready to play."
Mm-hmm. What can you play? You know the answer, Andrea. What can you play?
Instruments.
Instruments, that's right. Each student got an instrument to play it. Number 4, Kiara. Read number 4, Kiara.
From the giant tuba to the teeny, all the instruments were ready.
It's a tiny instrument.
Measure.
No. It's talking about instrument. The giant tuba, that's an instrument. Which other instrument you have on the list?
Triangle.
The triangle, the tiny triangle. Excellent, triangle. So number 5, help me to read number 5. Let's see, Anna, number 5, Anna. The next slide is going to be Valerie. Help me to read. Number 5, Anna.
After I heard the first few of the music because I knew the concert will be a success.
Which word it's going to be here?
Wait.
First view.
I don't choose, but I think that measures.
Measures, that's right. It's measure. Here are the first few measures of the music, so the first tense of the music. I know that the concert will be a success. Excellent, excellent. Now let's go to next slide. Now in this slide, you are going to copy. What are you going to copy? This. You are going to copy like a list, these words, and you are going to cross out the word that doesn't belong to each group. For example, Valerie, read the first words from the first column.
Band, stage, orchestra, group.
Orchestra and group, that's right. So which word, Valerie, doesn't belong to this group, or the word band?
Me. We have to write the word that is not
Yes.
in the...
You have to write it down. Copy here. First. Copy this word. Now, Valerie, what is your answer, Valerie?
Write all the...
Yes, all the words. All the words. So this is number one. Band is number one. So which word of this? A stage, orchestra, or group? We have this word, band. Which word? Stage, orchestra, or group do not belong or doesn't mean the same of band.
Orchestra.
Orchestra is a group of people. Band is a group of people. Group is a group. So which word doesn't mean group?
Stage.
Stage. That's right. Stage doesn't mean group of people. Stage is in a stage. You know what is in a
copy this.
Yes, you need to copy and cross it out. Cross it out, please. That's going to be number two. So
Hay
you
que
need to,
escribir la stage.
yes, you need to write it down. You need to write it down.
Teacher,
Yes,
no, right?
Marcelo. Yes, you need to write it down and cross it out. What do you have to do? Write it down and cross it out. So you remember that band, orchestra, and group, they belong in each group, but a stage doesn't belong. This is
Esto no
important.
coordenarlo.
You have to copy like it is here, Marcelo. You can copy like this. What you have to do, just to copy and cross, right? Using another color, that stage doesn't belong to this group, like this. What about number two? We're looking measures. Beats, bars, and violin. Which of these three words doesn't belong to this group? Rebecca? Measures, remember. Measures, we have beats, bars, and violin. Remember that measures means, that's right, violin. Measures means bars of music. So beats and bars, they belong to this group, but violin doesn't belong. Violin, it's a musical instrument. So it doesn't belong to this group about measures. Rosa, number three, Rosa.
I have to copy this.
Yes, you need to copy this. It says copy here. So you need to copy in your notebook.
We're going to school.
You need to copy this. Everybody needs to copy this.
But he's going to in a school.
Yes. Okay, number three, class. Which of these words of performer, we have instrument, dancer, and singer, doesn't belong to the group of performer or doesn't mean like performer?
One
Yo
up.
decía, oh, qué linda canción. Y ahora digo,
If you know the answer, unmute your microphone. Tell me the answer if you know it. Number three, Rosa. Performer. Remember, performing, it's a person that is acting or showing something. It's making a show.
I am not sure, but singer,
No, Isabela.
dancer,
Is
Trumpet.
instrument.
Instrument, that's right, Marcelo. Instrument. Instrument, it's not the same of performance. Instrument, it's an object. Performer, it's a person. Dancer, it's a person. It can be Rebecca dancing, so she is a dancer. Singer can be, for example, Danny singing, so he's a singer. So we're talking about a person here, dancer, a person, and performing a person. But instrument, it's an object, it's not a person. Yes, so that's why that word doesn't belong to that group. Now, rehearsal. What about this word class? Rehearsal. We have practice, flute, and warm up. Remember, rehearsal means someone that it's practicing before giving a show. That is rehearsal. Who knows? Warm up. Yes, that is no. That warm up. It's something that you
It's
perform
float.
Flute, that's right. That is an instrument. This is an instrument, so that word doesn't belong to this.
Teacher, what in the 5 is trumpet? It's
Trumpet.
instrument.
Trumpet, it's an instrument, yeah. So which of these words it doesn't belong to that group? Triangle, conductor, or drum.
Conductor.
That's right. So that word you are going to cross it out because triangle, drum, and trumpet, they are musical instruments. Yes. Did you finish the copy, class?
No.
Yes.
No. 2 minutes to finish. 2 minutes. Show me your notebook if you finished, class. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you, Hermes. Lucia. Excellent. Excellent. And Sian. Excellent. Okay, so we're going to stop here the class. We're finished. Remember that you don't have homework. You don't have homework. So if you finish, show me your notebook and then you can go. You're free. Thank you, Valerie. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Kiara. Bye-bye,
Finish.
Fernando. Show me your notebook, Santiago Chavez. Thank you, Lucia. You can go.
Miss, what is the topic?
Thank you, Santiago. Excellent.
Bye, me.
Miss, bye-bye. Okay, the topic, I'm going to send one more
Bye,
time through the chat.
Miss.
Bye, bye-bye. Thank you, Hermes.
Bye.
Thank you, Ana.
El topic está en el chat.
Yes, I'm going to send one more time.
Bye, Miss.
Bye-bye, bye-bye. See you tomorrow.